Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am your host, the #1 Vikings fan extraordinaire, Adam Boyer. Finally back. It's been like 2 weeks since I've released a regular full-length video. I've done 2 shorts between then and now. That's it, and that's because I've been crazy busy at work. I've got very likely a new job coming up soon, so I don't know what my schedule is going to be like for making videos. But when I have the opportunity, I'm taking it, and I have the opportunity to film one right now, releasing it later today. And today, we are going to be discussing if the Washington Commanders should sign who are, in my opinion, the top 5 remaining free agents in the NFL. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe, like the video if you do enjoy, it'd be very much appreciated. And don't forget to hop on over to Patreon and support me there if you can. That would also be very, very, very much appreciated. And now let's get right into the video. Starting off with a guy I've actually done a video about in part before, and that is Odell Beckham Jr. In 2021, OBJ had 44 receptions for 537 yards and 5 touchdowns as a member of the Los Angeles Rams. OBJ is a guy, you know, he's everywhere he goes, he brings a lot of drama, and that's something that turns a lot of teams off on him, I think. The Rams took a chance. I think maybe McVay kind of helped keep him under control. And he did get a lot of targets. He kind of took some of the attention away from Cooper Kupp and allowed him to get open as well. I think he just fit very well in that Rams scheme, and I was disappointed that they didn't re-sign him. I thought that was the perfect spot for him. But of course, that terrible ACL injury in the Super Bowl, that is pretty costly for him. Yeah, so hopefully he gets a chance to get at least one more big contract in his career. Whenever he gets signed, as I'm sure he will by someone before the season starts, it'll likely just be a 1-year deal to prove himself again. And if he can do that and stay healthy and then play like he did last year, he'll probably get at least a 2- or 3-year deal somewhere else, or maybe with that same team. But yeah, the Commanders, I would not hate the signing in terms of giving Carson Wentz another weapon, but I really don't think it's necessary because of all the potential drama and risk he brings with him to every locker room he goes to. We've got Terry McLaurin, we've got Jahan Dotson. Curtis Samuel was injured a lot last year, but he could be a weapon. Of course, Cam Sims is still in the fold. Dax Milne, guys like that can all break out. So ultimately, I don't think OBJ is really necessary signing. I wouldn't hate it, but I don't think he's gonna come to us, and I don't think that's a very realistic thing to happen either. Number 2, we have Trey Flowers, formerly of the Detroit Lions. Playing only 7 games last year, he was injured for, I believe, 9 of them, because 7 plus 9 is 16. Haha, math. Wait, there's 17 games now. Math. So Flowers last year, in the 7 games he played, had 24 tackles, 1.5 sacks, a fumble recovered, 1 tackle for a loss, and 3 quarterback hits. So, definitely was not one of his more productive years, but he still is on the right side of 30, although barely. He is 29, so I do think he can still be a contributor to that team, to any team he goes to. Should this team be the Commanders, I don't think this would be necessary because he's probably going to command a little bit more of a heftier contract than some of their free agent edge rushers. Of course, not those that are left, but probably more hefty than is necessary because I'm sure some team will give him a decent contract eventually. And really, the D-line is just the last place the Commanders need help. We've got, I think James Smith-Williams and Casey Toohill are still backing up Montez Sweat and Chase Young, and those guys showed they were capable of being possibly starters last year. So we got depth there. I really don't see any scenario where we need Trey Flowers. Interior D-line's good. He could maybe help at linebacker where we assign him, but I don't think that's going to happen either. So ultimately, yeah, I don't think this will happen. I don't think it needs to happen. I don't think it should happen. And I don't think it will. And then we have J.C. Tretter, number 3 of the Cleveland Browns, formerly. Not a ton of stats on him, obviously, because he's an offensive lineman, but he's just a very reliable center, above average. I would say probably a top 15 center in the NFL, maybe top 10. In 5 years with Cleveland, he spent, I think, 3 years with the Packers and 5 years with the Browns. And in 5 years with the Browns, he did not miss a single game. That right there should turn a lot of teams on with him. We have Chase Roulier at center. He's a guy that I consider very similar to another center of one of my favorite teams. That's Garrett Bradbury, although he's not so undersized as Bradbury is. But yeah, Roulier, he's been reliable when healthy. His problem has been staying healthy. But I do think Tretter would actually be a decent sign. We've invested a lot in the offensive line, and I think we should continue to do that. Whether or not that's through Tretter, I don't know, but I certainly would not hate the signing. Let him and Roulier battle it out for center in camp in preseason. However, Even if he does not win the center job, he's a very versatile offensive lineman, and so he could start pretty much anywhere on the line. And I do think this would be a signing worth taking a chance on for maybe a 2-year deal, somewhat cheap maybe. That would be the hope at least. He is the NFLPA president, so that could bring some potential drama on the teams that teams may not want to take a risk for, so that might factor into it as well. And then number 4 and 5, both offensive linemen, we have 2 older offensive tackles, and that is Eric Fisher and Duane Brown. I think Eric Fisher was drafted in 2013 or 14, because wasn't he a really high pick and Duane Brown was around the same time? I could be completely wrong on that, but that's what I'm going to say. Both guys are solid fill-in options for us. I think we pretty much got the offensive line set. It's going to be Leno on the left. At left tackle, left guard is going to be Norwell, center Roulier, right guard Trey Turner, right tackle Sam Cosmi. At least that's how I think it'll be set up as of now. But either of these guys could come in and they could play guard or tackle, probably, especially tackle. Neither of these guys are elite by any stretch of the imagination, but they are good, and they're solid fill-in options for if we have injuries, as we usually do on the offensive line, or if, for instance, say Sam Cosmi struggles, either of these guys could step in and replace him. I don't think either of these guys would command huge contracts, probably just 1 or 2 year deals worth not a lot of money. I do think they'll get signed somewhere. I think all these free agents will end up getting signed somewhere. I just don't know exactly where that will be. Should the Commanders sign either of these guys? If it's cheap, I would not hate it at all. More depth on the offensive line, some solid, proven veterans, more veteran presence on the team, on a pretty young team, and I don't think that'd be a bad thing at all. And I do think this would be a decent signing should they come cheap. And if they don't come cheap, then I don't think it'd be worth it. Let me know what you think. Go down to the comments. Should we sign any of these guys? Do you have any free agents you think we should sign? Let me know. I am reading all the comments. As always, don't forget to subscribe. There should be a button appearing for that right here. And then a playlist appearing and a video appearing, maybe 2 videos, I don't know, but check them out. Just, increase the views, increase the subscriptions, the likes, everything on my channel. If you would help me out, join the Viskins fam. See what I did there? That would be great. And of course, don't forget to support me over on Patreon as well. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I'm the Viskins fan. I'm out of here. See y'all later. Thanks for watching.